First video I'm going to do is going to be how to make a scarf with a smaller crochet hook. This one is 4.25. As you can see, you can use different crochet hooks. When you have different size hooks like this, you will have different size loops. These are the two brands I prefer to use while making scarves. You've got the Simply Soft, or you have this one that is made by Red Heart and it's with Love. Red Heart does make another type of yarn, but it's not as soft as this. So these are the two that I would recommend. The first thing you want to do is create a loop with your yarn. So about 2-3 inches out, you want to wrap it around your thumb, make a loop, and then you're going to pull the string through. It's just like a basic knot. Just have a little tail on it. The reason why I leave a tail on it is because if you want to add fringe to the end of the scarf, this is going to be the bottom line of your scarf, and then later I can show you how to add fringe. So the first thing you'll do is take this. You don't want to have that large of a loop, so I'll make it pull it a little bit tighter. Now the first part is the trick of wrapping it around your hand. So you want to wrap it around your finger once like this. Then this part is going to come up and go behind your pointer finger and around, and then you're going to hold with your thumb and your middle finger, you're going to hold the string. This finger is going to be keeping this string tight. This is your tension. If this tension is not tight, your scarf might be really, really loose. Some people's tension is looser, and other people like a tighter tension. I personally prefer a tighter tension. I like the look of it. When you're first starting out, it's most likely going to be very loose. First thing you want to do is put the hook through the hole. You're going to take this and you're going to grab the string and twist, and then you're going to pull it straight through. Now you're going to leave yourself a little bit of a slack. See how there's a little bit of a hole there? Now when I'm talking about tension, if you have this super tight like that where it can barely get through, you're going to have a difficult time when you pull this through. You're going to have a hard time getting it to go through. So you want to leave it a little bit loose. And see, now for me demonstrating, this has gotten a little bit looser than I like, so I just re-grab it. So this is tight. And you're going to grab this yarn and pull it through. Just grab it, twist, and pull it through. You're going to grab it, turn it, and pull it through. And as you go up, you want to re-grab the yarn. So you're going to grab it around the back, turn it so that it's hooked, pull it through. Grab, turn, pull through. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit longer, so I'm going to just continue to do this. As you go through, you'll get faster. And like I said, you want to keep re-grabbing as you go up. Oops. So now you're starting to get a scarf. This is going to be the base, the bottom line of your scarf, so it's width-wise. So then you will build upward. So that's about as far as I'm going to go with this one. Now what you're going to do is going to get a little trickier. You're going to want to count down about 3 loops. So I don't count this one, I count right here. 1, 2, 3. So right there is where I want to put the next one in. So you're going to grab it like you normally would, and then you're going to push that through the 3rd hole and come out the other side. So now it's through the other side. You're going to grab it and pull it through. So now you can see you have 3 on here. If for some reason, a lot of times when you're starting out, you'll accidentally lose it. It's fine. You can see it. You just want to push that back through the same way. Oops, I'm sorry. So you just want to try to get it back on there. So again, now my tension's a little bit loose, so I'm going to re-grab it. So now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to grab it, and you're going to pull through just the first 2. So now you have 2 there. You want to grab it again and pull it through the last. So now you've completed 1 line. So we're going to do that again. Now you're going to take this and go through the next hole, which is right next to it. And then pull that through. Okay, and you want to keep it flat. Then you're going to pull it through just the first 2, and then you're going to pull it through the last ones. Okay, so one more time, you're going to grab this and you're going to go through the next hole, push it through so it goes to the back, then grab the string and pull it through. See there, it got a little stuck. Okay, and then you're going to grab this, go through the first 2, and then the last 2. See there, it got a little stick also. Now, just keep in mind the very first row is the most difficult. Once you have the first row done, you have something to grab onto for the next row. So it's a little bit easier. Right now you have nothing to hold onto except for this tiny little row that you did when you first started this section right here. So you have nothing to really grab. When you go to do the next row, you can hold onto this. Now this is going to be the next tricky part. What you want to do is you want to just do 2 hooks. So you're going to pull it through 1, pull it through 2. Now you need to always be going from right to left. So we're going to flip it around. And now, like I said, you have something to hold on to. You want to hold it at the base. So now you have these 2 that are up higher. This is actually going to be your first row. So your first row is already done. So you're going to grab this and you're going to go into the very first loop, which is right here. You can see, maybe if I can hold this up. Right here is the first hole where you want to go, right there. So you're going to grab this and you're going to go through that section, and everything is the same motion. So we've got go through the first 2 and the last 2. And again, we're going to go through the very next hole, which is right here. And you pull it through, go the first 2 and the last 2. So you can see now how you're starting to build the scarf. So you're going to grab the yarn and you're going to go through the next hole, which is right there. And then from behind, you're going to grab it. And then you're going to go through the first 2 and the last 2. Again, we're at the end. So we're going to do 1, 2, and then we're going to turn it around because we always want to go from right to left. Then you're going to loop it and go through that very first hole right there. And then you're going to go through the first 2 and the second 2. Okay, so that's going to be using the 4.25 millimeter. Once you have the scarf as long as you want it, right now there's just 2 rows, but you're going to keep building it up this way as long as you want the scarf. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to take a long piece off the end of it and cut that. Once you have this cut, all you need to do is place the string through the hole, since it's a slip knot, and then you're just going to pull it very tight. Normally this would be a very long scarf, but I'm just showing you one section. So this would be one end of the scarf and this would be the other end. So now you have your fringe for both ends. That's all you really need to do. So this end would have fringe on it, and if you go to the end of the video, you'll see how to add fringe. And once you have it all added, you can cut the fringe at the length that you want it. And that is how you crochet a scarf. Now, I rarely do just one color, so I'm going to show you how I would do this with 2. Exactly the same, nothing is different. You just are using 2 colors, but I always use 2 or 3 colors when I make scarves. So, same thing, you just do everything with double. So we're still going to make our loop, and I'll just show you the first few. The only thing you're going to have to pay attention for is sometimes when you're pulling it through, you might not get both. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get our tension, and you're just going to grab them and pull it through. Grab and pull through. You're going to grab, pull through. I tend to try to do it a little looser when I'm doing 2, just because it makes it easier for you to pull it through the holes. See, right there, I almost grabbed just one. So you just have to make sure that you grab both. Okay? So then we're going to count down 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go in that hole there and pull it through. So now we have the 3 again, so we go through the first 2. You might have to go slower when you're first starting, and the second 2. So you're going to grab the string, you're going to push it through the next hole, and then you're going to pull it through. And then you have 3. So you're going to go through the first 2, and then the last 2. As you can see, I've done the first row for the double color. I'm going to show you how to do this fringe. Now normally what I would do is cut pieces with both colors and then do it all along the end. Since I'm still making this one, I can't exactly cut this color, but I do have some extra of the blue, this lighter blue, so I'm going to show you how you would attach it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take string for the length that you did this for. So I'm going to measure this so it's the same length, and then I'm going to double it. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to double it. And I usually do just a little bit extra just in case. So I'm just going to make it a little bit longer, and then you're going to cut that right there. You're going to take this and you're going to fold it in half So now it looks like there's 4. So normally this would be the dark green and this would be the lighter greenish blue. Or you can just do it once all the same if you want, but then it's just not going to match because you're going to have that one odd one. You want to put it in between each row like this. You don't want to do it down here. You want to do it in between the rows. So you're going to take the loop part. So now you're going to find the next opening in between. You're going to push that through from the back, grab the loop, and you're going to take this part and feed it through the hole. So then you just pull it tight. Not too tight because then it'll look funny, but just tight enough that it's not going to fall off. So technically the fringe could be taken off at any point if someone didn't like it because it's not really like sewn on. But as you can see, as you go along the entire bottom, you'll have like nice fringe hanging down. So this is how you would start and make a scarf using 2 different colors with fringe and also with using a 6.5mm hook.